Oh no, it's Andrew Tate, the alpha male life coach type who-man that thinks that God is real because going to church, and that his inability to read a book without falling to the floor and crapping his pants makes him some kind of ultra genius with mind powers. Well, fine. What's he got today? It couldn't possibly be more ridiculous than that shit, right? Look, if I don't lie to myself, then no one will.
It's been a while since I've done a Tate speech.
And aren't we all eternally grateful for that? You know, how a man can come out and give life advice that is so detached from reality and still think that he actually requires cameras for his message to get out there instead of just being broadcast into everyone's brain because he's just that important, I have no idea. But thank God, really. Imagine having this guy talking to you in your sleep or while you're on the toilet. Not fun.
I've lots to say, of course, but I've been busy, conquering the world.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like this guy. Conquering the world is my job. You get your own world and go conquer that. Although make sure it's one of the ones without anyone else on it. There's only so much room for that massive ego. Wouldn't want to keep bumping into things, would you?
Flying around in private jets, running around with AKs, ARs in Ukraine, saving people from hostage situations, making millions of dollars.
Wait. Saving people from hostage situations? Really? Someone was taken against their will, and instead of, I don't know, getting the police involved, the family or whatever said, no, don't worry, we don't need them. I'm going to call an illiterate alpha male YouTuber. He will sort all this out. I mean, from that tiny little bit of your heroic footage, it looks like you are on some sort of paintballing course or something. Did some of your very well-meaning but enabling friends just set it all up so that he thought he was some kind of action movie star and have him rescue their pet cat Binkles or something? Guys, you really shouldn't be encouraging him. Honestly, I hope that is actually the situation, because if it played out like he said, and he was sent to rescue me, I would beg the hostage takers to save me from him.
Driving around in sports cars, living the life you wish you had.
Living the life I wish I had? No, I in no way wish I was the least self-aware man in the universe. I'm good, brah. Even if it came with a ton of money. Although what's the betting it's nowhere near what he claims. I mean, the amount of people on the internet flexing like they got shit when it turns out everything is rented and they just want to trick you out of your money is concerning, to say the least.
You don't have it. It's not good enough. Because you know what? The universe actually gives people exactly what they deserve.
Not good enough, eh? I mean, you're right. All those people born into abject poverty, they don't deserve a chance to get out of it ever because f*** 'em. Am I right, fellow out-of-touch doofuses? And of course, there are people out there who do nothing but good in their lives, amazing people who definitely don't get a fraction of the things that they deserve, because reality doesn't actually give a shit about what you deserve, and certainly not what you think you deserve. It gives you a random allotment based on when, where, to whom you were born, and the random happenstance of life. And anyone who thinks that they succeeded more than anyone else who did everything basically the exact same way they did, through anything other than pure fluke, is a fucking moron.
The universe has given you exactly what you deserve, and not a penny more or a penny less. If you deserved what I have, you'd have it.
Some sort of profound personality disorder? Or again, the inability to sit down and read? The world's most annoying transatlantic accent. Well, good to know that I don't deserve any of those, apparently. I am not quite as completely horrible a person as I thought I was. Phew.
And you don't, because you're not as great as me. You've not been through what I've been through.
You don't know me. You've not been through what I've been through. Andrew, buddy, pal. You sound like a poster. Of course they haven't. You're like you, and they're like aren't. Lucky for them. That's how being peoples work. But that doesn't mean they haven't been through equivalent things, or harder things, or easier things, or whatever. Again, it makes very little difference. I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase, life's not fair, but it's incredibly true. If you're not completely full of shit, which I doubt, you didn't get what you deserve. You got lucky. And you took advantage of that luck at the right time. Good for you. But you're not special. Well, you know, not in that sense.
Anyway, let's get on subject without the ranting.
Oh, please, I cannot wait. Let's go.
I was talking to some guy the other day. It's kind of on subject, actually. I was talking to some guy the other day. I'm gonna sit down like I do with my Tate speeches.
See, he's reached the limit of his ability to talk and stand up at the same time. I mean, it has been nearly 1 whole minute, and as we all know, anyone who can walk and talk at the same time for anything longer than 56 seconds is some kind of idiot. Only the hyper-smart gigabrains have to sit down when they talk, because, I don't know, their brain is so heavy from all the smart or something.
And he was telling me, oh yeah, Tate, I want to be rich, blah, 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 like every dude says.
Every dude? I think you mean every dude within your limited scope of experience. That only includes tape simps who want to be just like you because they see you using arrogance as a replacement for charisma and think, that's how me am obtain a personality. There are plenty of people who don't care about being rich, and by being rich I assume you mean presenting a lavish lifestyle in order to make people think you are important. Most people just want to make enough money so that they can have things that they want and a life that they are happy with, without having to sacrifice everything to get there, because you can't take that shit with you. Money is a means to an end. If money is the only thing you are working towards as a person, there's probably not much to you as a person. Case in point. You.
Yeah, I'd love to live, your life, driving the cars, blah, blah, blah. And I'm at the guy's house. I've actually known him for a long time. I've known him since school.
Don't pretend you went to school. Well, I could see you being one of those weirdos in their 20s who would hang out near the corner of the playground selling cigarettes to teenagers that all think you're so cool until they actually mature a bit and realise how creepy it all was. Was that you? And apparently you managed to keep one of the ones that never did grow up around, eh? It's all very sad.
And we're sitting there chilling, and I was there for about 6 hours. And he's like, yeah, it'd be nice one day. Anyway, I'm hungry. You want something to eat? I was like, nah, I'm fine, bro.
Wow, your very good friend that you can tolerate to spend 6 hours with sounds incredibly tedious. Apparently he's been talking about how great it would be to be you for all that time, and you enjoyed that? Does that not make you cringe yourself inside out? I mean, I had a family member put on one of my videos they liked once, and I could have died from the sheer embarrassment of people liking anything I ever do. It's weird. They should stop. But even better than that, your friend got halfway through the sentence and then like Pavlov's dog to a bell suddenly went, I'm hungry, must food, without even finishing the sentence. That's just weird. Never heard anyone doing that. Although far be it from me to say that you don't actually have any friends and that this is all just part of your elaborate fantasy of people liking you. No.
So he gets his ass up. He's a full-grown man. And he starts to cook himself something to eat.
Oh my god, a full-grown man cooking himself food. What kind of pathetic weirdo would be able to cook himself food? No. A real man, TM, should be completely incapable of looking after himself and should be a perpetual child under the care of real adults around him, so he can focus on being cool and rich, asterisk. Would it be hilariously stupid if that's what you thought?
Now, I know you amateurs. As an amateur, you think, what's the problem? You're at your friend's house making himself some food.
Oh my god, no, I was f***ing joking, Andrew. Don't you f***ing dare be this utterly absurd. You'll cause some kind of absurdity singularity that draws all the absurd from across the planet and implodes, then explodes, and implodes again, leaving behind nothing for me to make fun of. Then what am I supposed to do? Not make fun of idiots on the internet?
But amateurs don't understand the world because amateurs do not analyze the world. As a professional.
As a professional what, Anders? Professional silly person? You're right, compared to you, I am an utter incompetent when it comes to being so absolutely ridiculous. I try so very hard to act the fool. But you absolutely effortlessly are just one of the most goofy motherfuckers on the face of the planet. And somehow, there are actually people out there who take you seriously. Not a lot of them, hopefully, but enough for you to continue to sustain this absolute shit show. I guess that's why we didn't all die just then. The balancing forces of dappy prats across the globe somehow keeps it all chugging along. Isn't science grand?
Which is what I am. I was analyzing the actions of said individual, and I completely understood why he will remain poor for eternity.
I mean, if he remains poor for eternity, then that means that motherfucker is going to live forever. Damn, people have been looking for the secret to eternal life, and it turns out that it's actually held by Andrew Tate's obviously real dipshit mate. Yeah, I know he's being hyperbolic, but frankly, I don't think he gets to use hyperbole till he proves he can spell it.
You're sitting here telling me you're upset that you're broke, and you're going to spend time.
Hanging out with totally real people for 6 whole frigging hours, merely listening to them tell you how awesome you are? No, wait a minute. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're about to make the claim that time is money, but whilst telling a story where you did nothing for 6 of those precious hours. I'm starting to think that I might be right and he is broke and just scraping by on the kindness of people who let him stay in their houses for most of the day and offer to feed him whilst talking shit about them. What a lovely guy.
And everybody knows the age-old adage, time is what?
A never-ending series of unendingly agonizing disappointments? Yeah, I know, I made a job out of talking shit about them. Some call them humans. Okay, I call them humans. And they are just all the worst. But will they stop? Of course not. God forbid, make me happy.
Money.
Money! That's right, time is money. You're going to spend time preparing food?
Christ, you are such a... I don't even know, Andy. Get this right. Did you know that pre-made food costs money and that quality food prepared to a high standard costs even more? What if you could save some of that money by cutting out the middleman and making it yourself? Or you could buy incredibly cheap simple food that you could make in 5 minutes flat, saving money again. And it will take less time to make than to friggin' eat it. Are you telling me that you don't have 5 minutes downtime in your day, Mr. I spent 6 hours at the house of someone I clearly hold in utter contempt? And you want to talk down to other people wasting time? Yeah, sure thing, buddy. This is the guy you want to listen to.
Now actually think about this for a second.
You first, numbnuts.
If you're broke, if you're not a millionaire, the last thing you should be doing with your time is cooking.
There is a wide gamut between broke and a goddamn millionaire, you freaking clown. And absolutely, if you are broke, a fantastic way to save money is to make your own food. I'm becoming more and more convinced that this is just going to be another, I lack X skill, therefore I'm actually more talented than everyone else kind of thing. In this case, he doesn't know how to cook, so somehow that makes him the world's greatest chef.
I can't think of a lower ROI activity.
ROI activity. Who the f*** talks like that? And I can't think of a higher return on investment than going to get food and getting food. That's exactly what you wanted out of that transaction. Although if we keep going on the theme of Drew can't cook, then I imagine it is a pretty low return when he goes to get some food and comes back with an old sock and an unopened can of motor oil. Yum yum.
Then walking to the fridge, getting out some ingredients. Ooh, an onion. Oh, let me get the onion. I'm going to start cooking. Fridge. Ooh, an onion and some lettuce.
Yep, this motherfucker can cook like I cannot do a good sexing. That is to say, he can't and I can't because I'm so good at it. In fact, you know what's got me a date more than once? My ability to home cook a half-decent meal. It's almost like people are attracted to humans who can take care of themselves. Your dates must give you funny looks when you hand them an onion and a lettuce whilst wearing a chef's hat and screaming "Bone apple tea" at them.
Now, get a knife. Get my knife. Cut my onion. Start to cut my onion. You're broke!
You clearly f***ing are, at least brainily. Again, 6 f***ing hours at some dude's house complains that cutting onions is some sort of financial deficiency. And on top of that, the amount of people who cook for, and get this right, the fun of it because they like it, but no, Potato here doesn't do it, therefore it's wrong or some shit. F***ing hell.
You're fucking poor! You can get rotisserie chicken for $5. Boom! Chicken, bang, eat, bang, back to work.
Are you serious? I mean, you are, but are you serious? You think leaving your house, possibly driving for a number of miles, and or walking some amount of distance, or getting up and making a f***ing sandwich from the week's worth of makings that you already have, are even remotely comparable time-wise, and money-wise? I mean, if you drive, that's a bunch of extra. Not to mention the fact that some people simply don't have access to that shit. But obviously, bringing up Tate's lack of knowledge about something is a bit of a moot point at this juncture.
You can do a million things. You can go for a run. You can get in shape. The time you spent cooking, if you dedicated to kickboxing, you could have got paid from kickboxing.
You have absolutely zero sense of time, don't you? Unless you're like, fancy cooking? I doubt most people spend more than about 20 minutes a day preparing food. 20 minutes is nothing. And you know what? You can do stuff while you're cooking. I do stuff while I'm cooking. In fact, I cooked a meal for 4 people whilst writing this video about what an utter cretin you are, and I still managed to repeatedly dunk on you like a champ. Maybe you should learn to cook, and you might not sound like such a dipshit.
Or piano. You could fucking be a traveling piano man with the time you've wasted cutting fucking onions. If you're broke, there is zero reason why you should ever prepare a meal.
Apart from all the incredibly obvious reasons why preparing food when you are poor is an absolutely fantastic idea, but only for people who actually have the mental capacity to actually do more than one thing at a time. Right, mister has to sit down to talk.
If you're a multimillionaire and you're a boring one, you're not a fun one like me, you have big cigars and big cuties and fast cars. If you're one of the really boring ones.
If you're a fun person, you don't have to tell people you are fun. You don't have to go out of your way to do things in order to prove how fun you are. People should just know. How much fun did you have for that 6 hours with your mate? Bet it wasn't much as you analysed everything he did. Words of an extremely fun person if I ever did hear them.
And you have all the time in the world because you're rich and you want to cook. Sure, waste your time, right? But if you're not a multimillionaire, your time is extremely important as a man. And that needs to be dedicated towards world conquest.
Or, happiness. If you're a giant beta male cuck who only wants to enjoy life instead of showing off because deep down inside they're an incredibly empty person who cries themselves to sleep every night. No, you're crying.
There's no need to prepare food. Either order some food, which can be done very cheaply and very healthily. You can get rotisserie chicken and a bag of salad for like $4. Bang, done.
Lettuce, 50p. Some sort of filling, £1. Spread, £1. Some bread, again, £1. Works out to about the same $5 you've been bandying about without the hidden costs. And it's in your house, and as long as you don't mind eating the same thing a few times, is infinitely cheaper. Shut up with your nonsense. No wonder you're broke if you don't know how to do that.
Or instruct a female to provide sustenance. Cook.
And I think we're f***ing done. Andrew Tate dropping down in my estimations from hilarious silly to actual f***ing literally sexist as f*** arsehole. I'm so alpha, I have to have other people take care of me. What, do they wipe your ass as well, you literal baby? Get out of here, alpha boy. It smells like you need changing.
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the